Welcome in to Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs, Arkansas, where today the 1A Boys State Championship is on the line. The Clarendon Lions chasing their first state title in program history, while the Earle Bulldogs looking to add number 12 to their championship tradition. And with that, we say hello. JB Brazil alongside Bobby Swafford. Bobby, we saw the 1A girls take home the hard way just a moment ago. The Earle Bulldogs, they're trying to do it in the 1A boys division as well, but Clarendon stands in the way looking for their first ever state title.
Earle's been dominant throughout this 1A state tournament. Clarendon had to crawl their way through the brackets, but we've seen crazy things happen here at Bank OZK Arena.
That we have. Championship weekend means just that. Madness of March. And both of these teams in the 1A classification trying to take home the hardware. Should be a lot of fun here from Bank OZK Arena.
Hot Springs is the venue. These two teams had to make their way through the bracket as we take a look at how they got to this point. Clarendon comes in at 22-5, going to be the home team on the scoreboard. They came from the top half of the bracket in the first round. They took care of Kirby. We'll start with Earle, excuse me. They had zero problems with how they got to this point. Maybe some problems there with the graphics, but Earle dominant. Averaged a 26.3 margin of victory in their 3 state tournament games. And JB, they really weren't tested up to this point.
No, they weren't. I mean, they've shown the tradition that is Earle Bulldog basketball, and they're trying to keep that tradition rolling. They're a team that knows how to hoop, and they're trying to do it again today.
Yeah, they've got a big test, though, but they've got Teron Hurst is an absolute stat stuffer. How about 23.8 assists and 7 rebounds per contest, leading the way for an Earle team that's averaging more than 75 points per contest.
He was last year's MVP, as a matter of fact. You know, he likes the big moments, the clutch moments. Being here certainly helps. When you've already played in this type of environment, try to keep your cool, calm, and collective. He's that guy, but he's a bucket getter, too. Clarendon's going to have their hands full.
And Clarendon on the other side, they came from the top half of the bracket. And take a look at the path for the Lions. As JB mentioned, the first time they're looking for a championship, they handled Kirby 70-61 in the opening round. Another tough test against County Line, a team that won a championship just a few years ago, and they avenged an earlier loss to Crowley's Ridge 75-66, and then how the Lions punched their ticket here to Bank OZK Arena.
And for Clarendon, you look at a lot of different players for them, but again, it's number 1 on this side, Fluker, Kimani Fluker. He can light it up.
A 6-foot senior guard, and he's going to be able to score at all levels. Being able to get him going offensively is going to be key for Clarendon. If they handle the storm early of Earle and they get Fluker going, Clarendon and Coach Kendrick Hudson is going to have a chance to hold that trophy up, but Earle is looking to add to an already jam-packed trophy case.
They really have two different teams, right? Clarendon looking for their first, but they've made it twice. 2014, well, they ran into a guy by the name of Austin Reeves there. That's a tough, tall task against Cedar Ridge, and then they lost in double overtime in 2019 to England, but their star player was out in the semis, tore an ACL, didn't get to play, a heartbreak loss. They're looking to try to claim their first state title against a team that's done it quite often. Plenty of times in the Earle Bulldogs, they've got a rich tradition.
The second championship of the day, and we got plenty more of it. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
This broadcast is underwritten in part by
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
This is UAMS, an Arkansas academic medical center, where research discoveries bring new hope and cures, where care is delivered by doctors who also train the next generation of health professionals, where specialists deliver treatment with compassion and respect for all patients across Arkansas. This is UAMS.
I think it's important for Arkansas PBS to have sports because it provides sports on a greater platform to the entire community. And it also gives people in various other communities an opportunity to see other schools and other athletes and to have a greater appreciation for not just their own community, but the sports that are available across the state of Arkansas. There are so many lessons that sports provides, and it's one of the reasons why it's so important to the next generation of athletes coming up.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports, providing financial.
We are off and running in the 1A state title game. Earle and Clarendon right out the gate. The Lions with the opening tip. Their drive's not going to go, and Earle's heading the other way quickly.
Who can settle in first is going to be big as we'll turn over on one side and miss the bunny on the other, JB. We've seen this venue cause havoc to a lot of teams.
Sure enough. 3 misses in a row, though, for Earle. Make it 4. My goodness. And then Clarendon finally pulls it down.
It's the nerves. You don't think they're going to be as big as they are, but you get to the championship moment as we have another turnover going the other way. It's a lot of times who can settle in first and take the lid off the basket.
For Clarendon, in terms of keys to the game, what's it going to take for them to pick up a big win?
I think one thing they got to do is they've got to find a way to limit Hurst no matter what the case. And you got to take care of the small things, the free throws, the layups. Have we seen we can't let them turn the basketball over as they've done now twice in the first 30 seconds.
For Earle, their emphasis was defense has got to come first. Got to figure out a way to shut down Clarendon. To the jumper from Teron Hurst right out the gate. That's the first scoring of the game.
Yeah, cannot get Hurst involved early. Averages 23 points per contest. The lefty knocks down the jumper early.
That little spin around shot wouldn't go for Hampton, and quickly the other way. Earle layup, make it another. Aiden Davis, and it's 4-0 Earle.
Credit Dante Bell on that one. He shielded off the Clarendon defender and allowed the wide open path to the lane.
Trying to force a turnover there in the backcourt. Clarendon beats the pressure. Got 2-on-1. Nice up and under. And the reverse layup is good for Brennan Hampton.
That's good for Clarendon to beat that press and get an easy bucket. Maybe try to calm the nerves of the Lions.
Anytime we get that first bucket, that's always big. Get the first one. That's what Clarendon did. Now on the other side, Hurst launches a 3, no good. The old board back up, no. Looking for a third try on this trip. Hurst toes up the 3, in and out, no. Bodies hit the deck, no call. My goodness, that was a hard fall.
Yeah, it's a physical. We've seen. Granted, it's only been 1 game and 2 minutes of this contest, and the officials are going to let them play in the state championship. They are content with letting the players decide it on the floor.
One thing for certain, you got to get the rebound if you're Clarendon. That's certainly something Earle's dominating right now.
Too many second chance and third chance opportunities. You're exactly right, JB. That is one thing that will kill a championship hope.
Jumper for Clarendon, no, but he's fouled on the try. Cortez Gould will head to the free throw line. Coach Hudson talked about Gould. They got him back at semester. And boy, he has come on strong as a leader, as a scrappy player, empties the tank. And you got to have those type of guys on your team if you're going to make a deep postseason run.
It's always important to be at full strength at the right time of the year. You know, how many times have you and I seen teams go through a state tournament and they're not playing their best ball of the year and they fall short? In basketball, you got to be good, and sometimes you got to be a little lucky too.
Well, we talked about that with a lot of different coaches. There's some legendary coaches that have never made it to a championship game or maybe never won one. Then you've got a few that have won a ton. It does take a little bit of luck. You got to catch some breaks. You got to have talent. You got to coach, but certainly you got to catch some breaks. Earle with a 1-point lead. Drive, floats it up. No, but a foul. Free throws upcoming. Nice drive from Derek Lately.
Lately's 17 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists per contest. But I feel like Earle's getting into the lane a little too easy right now against this Clarendon defense. They're going to have to pack the paint and try to force Earle to settle for jump shots.
Earle already with 3 offensive rebounds. They've also had a few turnovers forced. Free throws up and good for Lately. His first points of the contest. 3 different players in the scores column for Earle. Certainly, Coach Carl Miller would love that. Both free throws are good for Derek Lately, and it's 6-3 the advantage for Earle.
How much is this full court pressure going to affect Clarendon before they can settle down?
Able to get rid of it was Cortez Gould. They'll swing it into the corner now, and Hampton. He's guarded out high by Clifton Wren. Hampton floats it up. No, battle for the rebound. We'll have it over the back call. That's going to go against Earle's Dante Bell. The junior might have got a little too physical.
Bell was just trying to tip that out, and in the process, he swiped right across Hampton's head.
That's the second team foul against Earle. Clarendon's only got one. Just underway from Bank OZK. Corner three, no good. A chance to tie from Titus Lee. And here comes Earle. Lately, one into the other. Layup, no, but he's hacked. And he'll head to the free throw line.
What a luxury to have a player like Lately, who averages 9 rebounds a contest, to be able to take it off the rim, put it on the floor, and go coast to coast. Defense doesn't have time to get set. Doesn't hit the shot, but got a chance to earn them from the foul line.
That is a head of steam from Derek Lately. You're going to see that from Earle. They like to go. Clarendon does also. It's going to be a fast-paced game, so buckle up. We're just getting started. 5:23 in the opening quarter. 6-3 the advantage from Earle. They're trying to make it a 2-possession game. Second one from Lately is good, and it's 7-3. And here comes that pressure again. Uh-oh, dangerous pass, causing problems. Earle gets the turnover force, and there's that pressure for the Bulldogs.
That pass was between two Clarendon players, and the other thought the other was going to get the basketball, and that one sails into Troy Mitchell and the stat crew.
Well, they do a wonderful job in these state championships, don't they?
It's a luxury that we are lucky to have.
Nice spin move on the baseline, left it short. No, here comes Clarendon. Lions 3-on-3. Titus Lee trying to go up, lost the handle. Earle, another turnover. Lately leads the pack. Left hand, and he got it.
A great job to recognize the defense was going to go for the swipe of the steal as Clarendon takes a timeout. He gathers himself, slows down, and Earle has jumped out to a 9-3 lead.
Coach Kendrick Hudson wants to talk things over with his Lions. They trail 9-3. Earle, a very hot start. Hey, that's an advantage. When you've played in this environment before, Earle has done that, certainly calming the nerves early, and they got a 6-point lead.
Well, 3 turnovers already for Clarendon. You're looking at the numbers. Of course, the score is what it is, but Earle's already attempted 5 more shots. You mentioned the offensive rebounds, already an issue that Clarendon has given up, and now you're talking about turning the basketball over. Settle the nerves. I know I've said it a couple times now, JB, but Clarendon is in a spot that they're not used to being in. Earle plays for championships, it seems like, almost every other season. They're used to playing in this kind of venue. Clarendon's got to settle in.
Coach Hudson talked about how they actually scheduled to play Earle back near December, but it got snowed out. So these two teams, first time they faced each other all year. Not sure if that's a good or bad thing, frankly. I think you would have seen good basketball either way. Clarendon trying to come with a response. There's the aggressive nature of Earle. It's paid off time and time again, but that time, that's the third team foul against the Bulldogs.
Yeah. Not playing each other during that, or right after that snowstorm, probably a good thing for Earle, though. They had to go through a stretch where they played 8 games in 11 days because of makeups of the snowstorms. Oh, by the way, they went 8-0 during that stretch.
I don't doubt it. This is a very good Earle Bulldog team, but you can't sleep on Clarendon either. There's a reason both of these teams got here. The best of 1A on display. Nice drive to the lane, won't go, but a nice take from Titus Lee, and he'll head to the charity stripe.
Yeah, way to be aggressive by Titus Lee. Get in the lane, a little bit of their own medicine of what Earle's been able to do in the first 3.5 minutes of this contest. Get in the lane, try to create something for yourself, earn a trip to the charity stripe.
You could tell also for Earle, they're trying to figure out a way to slow down Kimani Fluker. Both Fluker and Lee can go, but if you're Earle, you want to make sure Fluker's not the guy that beats you.
Earle's got plenty of weapons to beat you, though. They've got guys who are filling up the stat sheet up and down. Line up 4 players averaging double figures.
Well, that's the luxury of having the depth right there. Being able to have 4 different guys that can go and get a bucket. Second free throw from Lee was good. It's now 9-5. Teron Hurst, pull up Jay, and it's money.
The lost start of the mid-range jumper from 16.
That was silky smooth from Teron Hurst. He's got 4 points in the contest now. Looking to drive is Cornelius Lucky do. Kick out Titus Lee, triple try, no. Earle the board, and here they go. Lately kicks it out. Hurst, right wing 3 off the front rim, but another O board. Lately throws it up. Second try, yes, and a third time's the charm.
Too many second chance and third chance opportunities. Earle is crashing the offensive glass and getting second chance points because of it.
Clarendon just trying to figure out a way to respond. End to end, but too strong. They'll go the rebound. Second try, no, throwing that one up was Kylan James. And the whistle blows, it'll be Earle basketball. 13-5, our score. Earle up 8 on Clarendon, just halfway through the first quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
So today was the first annual Harvest for Hope event. There's so much going on in agriculture right now. So we talked about what could we do to have an immediate impact for farmers. So we said, let's put a concert together and let's have it for to raise awareness of a topic that not a lot of farmers want to talk about.
So many people across the state support Arkansas agriculture, and we need to, because we don't just feed our families, we feed the state, we feed the United States, and we feed the world right here in Arkansas.
Coming soon on Arkansas TV.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. Providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
This is UAMS, an Arkansas Academic Medical Center, where research discoveries bring new hope and cures, where care is delivered by doctors who also train the next generation of health professionals, where specialists deliver treatment with compassion and respect for all patients across Arkansas. This is UAMS.
Welcome back to Bank OZK Arena. Glad you're with us. JB Brazil alongside Bobby Swafford. All kinds of fans in the arena, from young to old. Doesn't matter. Earle and Clarendon have packed this thing out, but it's only getting started this weekend, Bobby.
Yeah, we got 10 more games after this one, so buckle up. Nice turnout from Earle as well. They've already made one championship celebration today. Now they're going for the old double dip.
Double dip and a sweep of the podium, if you will. Teron Hurst with the basketball. Nice pump fake, puts it up second on the rebound. That time was Titus Lee. Clarendon gets the board. They got to figure out a way to get some points. Nice drive to the basket. Count it on the drive from Titus Lee.
They'll wave it off. They're going to say the offensive foul. Of course, the restricted circle doesn't come into effect at the high school level, even though it's on the floor. That was a 50-50 call that goes away of the Bulldogs.
You know, originally the referee had whistled to count it, but then ends up waving that off. That's a big call that goes the way of Earle early. 13-5, the advantage. Bulldogs trying to add to it, make it double digits on this trip. Lots of bodies pocketing the paint. Lately with it. Trying to find his way down low. He'll launch the three ball off the side rim. Earle, another scramble for the board. It'll end up being a jump ball, but Clarendon basketball, Earle is certainly crashing the boards.
They are. I mean, this is something that Clarendon is going to have to do is get more bodies in the lane, but also make sure you're boxing someone out. Just because you're there doesn't mean you're being productive.
On the other end, Clarendon can't get the shot to go. They get an offensive rebound. James kicks it out. Top. Fluker gets the friendly roll and a big-time triple.
That one just died on the front of the rim and just dove straight in. A big shot for Clarendon, and all of a sudden they're back within 5.
First bucket of the game for Kimani Fluker. Expect more from that young man. Teron Hurst, his shot, no. Fluker the board. Got a chance to go end to end. Lee, oh, it's knocked away. Earle was the last to touch it, but how about that transition D from Derek Lately?
It's a great job of not only to get back, get a hand on the basketball and do it without fouling, and also prevents the easy lay-in. Picture perfect defense from Lately.
That big three from Clarendon made it a 5-point game. Fluker wanted another, no good, but man, that makes this game a lot closer. I know it's early, but 13-5 Earle looked like they were trying to run away with things.
That's a big shot, and sometimes you need that friendly roll to get the nerves settled and the offense going.
Now Clarendon trying to show up some big-time defense. They've stopped Earle the last handful of trips. Lately, trying to make something happen. Left hand floats it in and out. No! Offensive rebound, but a step out of bounds from Earle. Once again, bodies there for the Bulldogs. They had a chance for the offensive rebound, but it was out of bounds.
Already 6 offensive rebounds for Earle. That time they can't corral it. And Clarendon, chance to make this a one-possession game.
Uh-oh. Back door, the feed, the finish, Cornelius Lucky Do, and it's a one-possession game.
The sophomore snuck behind the defense, and Lucky Do with the easy lay-in.
How about that name, too, right? That's got to be a part of the all-name team. Cornelius Lucky Do, he is one heck of a sophomore. Coach Hudson said he's really grown up big time, and certainly in the postseason. How about that take from Jordan Williams, and it's back to a 5-point game.
Yeah, Williams, one of those role players for Earle as they force another turnover. Williams doesn't average in double figures, but making an impact early.
Trying to go back-to-back, floats it up. No, but a charge, and it's going the other way.
Yeah, that one was obvious. Clarendon got back defensively, and Titus Lee got the feet set. An easy call to force the turnover.
Man, he was planted like a statue, and Williams runs in. That's the 15th foul against Earle, but obviously player control foul, no free throws. Got a couple of substitutions. Earle bring in Jaden Little, and then for Clarendon, Derek Knox, the sophomore, will step onto the floor. What do you want to see from Clarendon here in the last minute, 10, down 5?
You know, I think they've weathered the storm, JB. They're starting to handle that pressure a little more, but they've got to pack it in and stop giving up so many offensive rebounds. But like that, control yourself when you get in the lane.
How about James? That's a big knockaway. Give it back to Fluker. One possession game once again.
This is not for the faint of heart in the lane. If you're going to go in there, get ready to absorb some contact. Clarendon is all of a sudden back within 3.
Trying to go to their man Hirsch, kick it out. Williams, left wing, 3, and he got it!
What a shot. Clarendon's inching back into it, and it says, I got you inching back. Jordan Williams rattles one home.
That's a big-time shot from Williams. Earle's first triple of the game. Each team with one trifecta. Fluker's got the only one for Clarendon. 6-point game. 2 seconds separate the shot in the game clock. James baseline, Jay. No, Earle with what could be the final possession of the first quarter.
They forced that one a little bit earlier in the shot clock than he had to, and now Earle's got a chance to add to this 18-12 lead as they're going to hold for 1.
Both of our players to watch guarding each other. Hirsch trying to take Fluker, floats it up. No! Offensive foul, create a little space.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy call and a good call by our officiating crew. Created some space with a little shimmy, that little forearm shimmy. And now Clarendon's got the rock back.
That's the second personal on Hirsch, so that could be big for Earle. Those are 2 fouls early with 5 seconds. Clarendon trying to get a shot to end the quarter 3. No good. But after 1, we got a good ball game. 18-12. Earle up by 6 on Clarendon. Quarter number 2 coming up. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ken Warden, Commissioner of the Arkansas Division of Higher Education and a member of the Arkansas 250 Commission. As we approach America's 250th anniversary, communities across Arkansas are preparing to celebrate our shared history. We're working with local leaders to support meaningful, locally driven events that honor the people, places, and stories that shaped our state and nation. Visit america250.ade.arkansas.gov and join us as we connect with our nation's history, celebrate Arkansas's unique story, and contribute to the state's future success.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
Our goal here at Arkansas TV is to make you a smarter human being. So we got a trivia question for you today. Earle's won 11 boys basketball state championships in school history. That's tied for the 5th most in Arkansas history. Who holds the record?
That's a good question.
Get out the Google box and find us an answer.
I bet you knew before you even asked the question.
I might have. That's the advantage of writing said question.
But how crazy is that, right? Going for a dozen state titles,
right.
Trophy case. I mean, that's incredible.
Wait, what's incredible is there's 5 more teams ahead of them that've got just as many.
No kidding. No doubt about that. Second quarter's underway. Earle with a 6-point lead of the basketball. Free throw line jumper! Got it and one! Jaden Little with the bucket.
It's a big bucket coming out of the timeout. You felt like Clarendon might be getting a little momentum, but Earle stunts that with the early hoop.
The hoop and the harm. There's a look at head coach Carl Miller. 26 years at Earle as an assistant. This is his 9th final appearance as a coach for Carl Miller. Played at Philander Smith for a year. And right after that, he went into coaching. I think he has certainly found his calling.
I would say that he's made a name for himself. Made a good decision out of college.
One of the best coaches in the state of Arkansas. That shot no good from Clarendon. Now, Old Board, no, looking for the third try. Still tipped around. It was Earle who wanted it more. Jaden Little. It's blocked on the other end. Great defense from Fluker.
Earle is going to take the ball off the backboard or out of the net and immediately puts it up the floor. Clarendon did a nice job getting back defensively, though, on that possession.
We talked about the Lions. They've made it in 2014 and 2019 in state title appearances. And that step back, Jay, is good from Derek Knox.
Two really good basketball programs from East Arkansas. Only 73 miles separate these two teams, which makes it all more surprising they haven't met before this point.
No kidding. That drive from Hurst knocked away. They kept it alive, though. Earle, Jordan Williams at the top. Weaving his way through traffic. Good defense. It'll stay with Earle. But how about the job of Derek Knox on the interior?
Earle's got a line shift coming in. 3 new Bulldogs check on the floor, and that may be one thing to pay attention to as this game goes on. And fatigue always becomes a factor just because you stretch yourself out about a championship game. When you have the luxury of being able to go 8, 9, maybe 10 guys deep on your roster, it's going to make things a lot easier. They've got to push on the inbounds play.
So Earle picks up another foul. It's been physical. Both teams now with each a team foul in the second quarter. But you're right, and Clarendon's the same way. They've got a lot of 10th graders that they're going to put out there today. They've got depth. This is one of the deepest lineups you're going to see in all of 1A, both with Earle and their bench, and Clarendon the Lions with theirs as well. That's a nice drive. Spin move. That's clean from Kylan James. There's no way he's a sophomore. My goodness.
Yeah, that's a strong take from a 10th grader. Able to finish, find the bucket after the pirouettes.
5-point game. How about that move? Hurst beats his man to the rack, and that's an easy deuce.
That's what you call beating a tendency. Everybody knows Hurst wants to go left. That time he uses the offhand and easy pat to the lane.
On the other end, 3-ball, buries it. Titus Lee, a trifecta.
Things are starting to calm down, and the hoop is starting to fill up.
This one's making its way to what could be a shootout. Hurst kicks it around. Now looking to drive. They'll go left wing, 3-ball, Davis, no. James boxes it out, he pulls down a big board. That's what you got to see if you're Clarendon. Got to box out underneath. Now on the other end, they'll kick it around. Ball fake behind the back. Knox, nice move. Backboard, no. Loose ball. It's tipped around to James. Pump fake, kicked out. That at the top of the key now. A frenetic pace. Now Fluker's got it. In and out, no, but free throws upcoming.
There was a lot going on in the lane and no shots on the rim, so the shot clock had not reset. But a strong take again from Clarendon, and Lee earns another trip to the foul line.
How about the internal clock there for Kimani Fluker, right? He knows it didn't reset. That's a high basketball IQ to go straight to the rack and get to the free throw line. Fluker's got 5 points on the day. Make it 6 as he gets the first free throw. And now we're back to a one-possession game. Both of these teams can score it, right? It's one of those games where one-possession games, doesn't matter if you're up by 2 possessions, 3 possessions, both of these teams can score it well, and it's always going to feel like a close game. Second free throw, no, but an offensive rebound for Hampton has it knocked away. Now Earle going on the other end. They'll slow it down with Lately, top now to Teron Hurst.
Hurst, the Three Rivers Community College commit. A chance to play at the next level, and what a pass.
Woo. It was a clean pass, but the defense from Clarendon was better. Lee trying to go end to end. Nearly got an acrobatic and one.
That would have been a highlight reel type layup because the ball was actually knocked loose by the defender, but still almost found a way to trickle down in the cylinder.
That's the 3rd team foul against Earle. Lee, first free throw is nothing but net.
Take a look at this. The swipe at the ball, catch the hand, and sometimes, like I said, you got to be lucky. And that one almost went in.
Titus Lee nearly got the three-point try. Short on that try. 23-21, 2-point game. Clarendon has never led. And it was an early lead for Earle, 13-5 at one point, but Clarendon, like you said, weathered the storm a little bit. Aiden Davis, baseline, he's rejected. Titus Lee, great defense. Trying to go end-to-end. Fluker for the lead, no good. Offensive rebound, nice pass. They'll kick it back out. That was Roderick Smith, that kept that play alive.
We've talked a lot about Titus Lee on the offensive end, but a rim protector as well.
That three ball had a high arch to it, wouldn't go. It'll be last touched by Brennan Hampton of Clarendon. It's Earle basketball. This has been a dandy in the 1A classification. The Bulldogs knocked off Westside Greers Fury Eagles in the 1A girls, and so the Bulldogs trying to make it a double dipper, as you mentioned, Bobby.
We've seen it happen a handful of times in the last 4 or 5 years. The school wins both the girls and the boys championship. Didn't happen nearly as much as you might think, but Earle's got a chance to turn the trick today. The only school this weekend that has both the boys and girls team in it.
That's a good point. Sloan Hendricks nearly made it, but you're right, Earle's the only one. Now right hand floater, got it to go. Derek Lately getting in his bag.
It's a big bucket for Earle as Clarendon had climbed all the way back and made it a 2-point contest. And now Lately knocking on the door of double figures. He's got 9.
Derek Knox might have got bumped from behind. No call. Nice rebound. Oh, saved it, inbounds Hampton. It'll be last touched by, they're going to say it's off of Hampton. Oh, boy. Might have caught a break there. Lately was the one splashing for it, but will step aside. 25-21. Earle's up by 4 with 3:55 to play in the half. Don't go anywhere. We got a good one. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
It's prime time on your time. Get more of your primetime favorites each weekday starting at 1:30 following our PBS Kids programs. Catch up on all the programs you love, including Exploring Arkansas, Nature, Antiques Roadshow, Arkansas Week, British Favorites, Mysteries, and more, beginning at 1:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. See the full schedule and all the ways to watch at myarkansaspbs.org/watch.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
This is UAMS, an Arkansas Academic Medical Center, where research discoveries bring new hope and cures, where care is delivered by doctors who also train the next generation of health professionals, where specialists deliver treatment with compassion and respect for all patients across Arkansas. This is UAMS.
Earlier we asked you who's got the most championships in Arkansas basketball history, as Earle's looking for number 12 today. How about a 3-way tie at the top? Jonesboro, Little Rock Central, and Pine Bluff, all with 15 championships on the boys' side.
Those are some powerhouse programs in basketball in the state of Arkansas. And Earle trying to make their way known to them. They've done quite a few in their time. They're trying to climb up there with the best.
You can say you've won a dozen state championships in any sport at any level. You call yourself a dynastic program.
No doubt about that. What Coach Carl Miller has done at Earle is quite impressive. That three from the top, no good. Clarendon the rebound, down by 4. Chance to cut it back to one possession. Flashing for the steal. And nearly got it was Derek Lately. Free though! It's good from Titus Lee. He's eaten up.
A hand right in his face, and he tickles the twine, and the Lions are within 1.
That's a big-time tray from Titus Lee. His second of the game. He's got 9 points. He and Lately both have 9. First, we'll kick it around now. Aiden Davis, he'll try the 3. Too strong. Clarendon to the board.
Clarendon crowd getting into it. Now they've got a chance to take their first lead.
Brennan Hampton Boy, what a player he's been. Postseason's been good. Coach Hudson talks about the improvement from Hampton. He's a junior, but he has certainly come on strong. Nearly stole that was Earle. Go kick it around, nearly the post, kick it back out, launch, hand in his face. My goodness, Derek Knox gives Clarendon their first lead of the game.
Earle in the 1-3-1 zone, got to the high post. That's usually a soft spot. With that zone, it hits the mid-range.
Derek Knox, just a sophomore. You got to be kidding me. Now Hurst trying to give Earle the lead back. He floats it up, got it to go. Mind you, a little bit of Devo Davis with that left-hand floater.
Nice take to the rim. Also a big answer from Earle as we go back and forth in the 1A title.
27-26, Bulldogs in front. Free throw line extended, floated up. He chases it, he'll miss. How about Hampton? His shot won't go. They got 3 tries at it, but now Earle going. Lately, one end to the other. How about the control when he finishes?
A great job by Lately to use that offhand, the left arm to create a little space. Doesn't push off, but uses it to create a little leverage and finish with the easy.
On the other end. Jump shot on a great feed. It's Derek Knox again with a deuce.
You think these two teams are comfortable yet, JB? This second quarter has been must-see TV.
No doubt about it. Shots are falling in abundance, really, for both teams. Straight out high. That's a hard strain. They get Fluker on the deck, and Teron Hurst takes it with the advantage.
Hurst, the lefty, able to finish on that left side.
Fluker on the other end. Nothing but net.
Double digits, and this place is going nuts.
We are tied at 31 on the triple from Kivani Fluker. 31 all. Hurst, hand in his face. It's blocked. How about the D from Rod Stewart? They'll flip it to Lately. One more. Corner 3 ball. Too strong on that try. They wanted Nasir Doyle, but he couldn't get it to go.
Chance to go 2 for 1 if Clarendon works quickly.
Floater. Knox rises and he hits it.
Work quickly and knock down the jumper. That's a perfect possession as the Lions have their biggest lead.
When your biggest lead's 2, that tells you all you need to know about how close this game has been. Didn't start that way. 33-31. 5 seconds separate shot and game clock. Lately drives, kicked out, gets his own miss. Shot clock's off now. Baseline floater, can't get it to go. That one tips back to Lately, and the bucket ties us up at 33.
Let's be real, JB. We don't need a shot clock in this game. They're going to get nowhere near a violation.
33 all. Clarendon holds for the final shot. They want the lead heading into the locker room. Knox lost it. Might not get a shot off. Deep 3. Good if it goes, but it's short. And we are tied. Excuse me. Clarendon 33. Earle now 33. All knotted up in the 1A state championship. A dandy at halftime. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
It is halftime at Bank OZK Arena, but don't go anywhere because this is Arkansas TV and this is where we tell Arkansas stories. Plus, in a few minutes, Christina Munoz will introduce you to the Arkansas TV Student All-Stars. But first, we go to the inspirational story of high school student Dallas Cathy. Recently, Dallas got an unexpected opportunity and is using his voice to inspire young people across the state.
It's just the game, the atmosphere, the sounds. I like to hear the cracks of the bat, pop of the glove, and the crowd cheering. Special to me in baseball, you know.
I mean, he reminded me a lot of myself when I was a teenager in high school, just head over heels for the game of baseball.
For him to be able to come on our broadcast at Division I level and not only keep up, but be good at it, super impressive.
It was honestly shocking. I mean, you just don't let a 16-year-old kid go hang out in your press box, you know.
Dallas did a terrific job taking the weight off of my shoulders and that I could bounce off of for 2 to 3 hours and then just enjoy calling a ball game with. Yeah, he just so happened to be visually impaired.
As Jack Klein gets going with a swinging strikeout fastball upstairs.
And what a great way to open for Jack Klein.
Yeah, what a great way to open indeed. Top 10 in the OVC in strikeouts, and he adds another one to his season.
And as I said a million times, I would love to see another home run. So let's see if Martinez can do that.
Some of the struggles that I have is people are saying blind. How? So when I interviewed Dallas and I found out for the first time that he wanted to be a broadcaster, I went home and told my husband, and he said the same thing. How is that going to happen? And I said, Paul, I've been here 8 years, and the one thing I've learned is if they are determined to do something, they will find a way.
Dallas or any other child with any other handicap, that's not who they are. He is Dallas, who happens to be blind. That shouldn't define him, and that's how we felt. And it wasn't going to define him. It wasn't going to stop him.
Come on, even check this thing, see if it's in tune.
We did not learn he was blind until he was about 3.5 months old. I just said, okay, this is it. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna dig. And he's gonna be raised like any other kid on earth.
I've known about the game of baseball since I was probably 2 or 3. But my brother hit a ball from our garage to our shop and had started liking baseball, and you know, it opened my eyes to baseball. My goal ever since I first played is to hit one over the fence. Still ain't done it yet. The park is big. I've got to figure out how to hit a ball first before I can hit one over the fence.
Miracle League started 10 years ago. Dallas was 7. We always worried about physical activity, and this is an opportunity that he would love.
I like to call myself the hardest hitter. I'm probably not, but I will say that I'm probably the most competitive one there.
It just kind of grew and it became a challenge, and Dallas has always been one to meet and exceed any challenge that he's ever been given.
Welcome inside the Dom Thompson press box. I'm Max Coltrane, joined by Dallas Cathy. Dallas is a 10th grader at Arkansas School for the Blind, and it's your first time here at Gary Hogan Field. How's it been so far?
Well, I'm loving it here, Max, and I can't wait to sit here and see some dingers.
Yeah, it might be a tough day for it. Some winds blowing in from center, but...
As part of the Arkansas School for the Deaf and Blind, all of our students get opportunities to have real-world experiences. For Dallas, that meant being able to pursue his dream of becoming a sports announcer.
You know, initially there was a question of how it would work and how prepared you would be, I suppose, but I realized pretty quickly into that first meeting the day before the game that he was the real deal and we were going to be just fine.
And that ball's gone.
What a shot by Cano. And he definitely keeps the hitting streak going with that bomb.
After meeting him in my office for the first time, I knew within 10 seconds he's going to be great.
He studies stats. He studies stats all day, every day of so many baseball teams.
He had, you know, sheets of paper, braille, printed out with lineups, everybody's stats, where they're from.
And stepping up to the dish is number 27, Ryan Geck from Long Beach, California, bats .330.
And when he was talking, I literally had people calling and texting me going, are you sure that's Dallas? That doesn't sound like Dallas. He just turned into like this professional broadcaster.
His ability to listen to the count, the number of outs, knowing where we are in the lineup, knowing their pitcher on the mound, and what would be advantageous for the home team, he was on top of all that. To not be able to see a game, but yet call it as if you're watching it is so impressive.
You ever try to bunt when you're at the plate?
No, I really don't bunt. I really just swing. I swing for the fences. I may have had pressure at first, but we got into the game. We talked, we laughed, and I had one of the greatest times of my life.
I knew Dallas would break down doors, but what I didn't predict was that the kids who are disabled or blind or visually impaired watching that game, because trust me, this entire school was watching that game that night. One of the moms called and she goes, oh my gosh, you have no idea. My son learned how to dream. And that was magic. That's what this school is all about.
you can knock those barriers down. I was so happy for Dallas and so happy for what he can show others. That probably made my heart happier more than anything.
In broadcasting, the most important thing is that you have an unfiltered love for the game. And that's what Dallas showed in his short time, in his couple hours on the air.
I've always told myself if there's a will, there's a way. And so to any visually impaired or blind people that want to go out and broadcast, go chase your dreams. That's one of the best things you could ever do.
That young man will give the future no choice but to be bright for him.
The sky's the limit, and he is going to be an ambassador for blind people everywhere, and he's going to teach people that they're just like everybody else.
So many times I feel like vision cheats us. We miss so much that he doesn't.
And I expect that we'll see him probably on the TV here relatively soon.
Are you ready?
Whenever you are. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining. Welcome to KARK Channel 4. I am Dallas Cathy. This year, we are celebrating 29 years. That's it.
Great job.
Thank y'all so much.
Good job.
I'm pretty hard fist bumper.
What a great story, and Dallas has no plans of slowing down anytime soon. After he graduates from Arkansas School for the Deaf and Blind, he plans to pursue his passion of sports broadcasting. We look forward to hearing you on the air soon, Dallas. Now let's toss it over to Christina, and she's going to introduce you to some very hard-working student athletes. Christina?
That's right. Thanks, Steve. Earlier in the season, we reached out to schools all over the state looking for athletes who not only excel on the court, but in the classroom, too. Here's the Arkansas TV Student All-Stars class of 2026. We start things off in 1A with Maggie Tyrone of the Norfolk High School Panthers. Maggie maintains a 3.5 GPA, and when she isn't writing poetry, she plans to play college ball and major in psychology. Representing the boys is Keontae Wingfield, a senior point guard for the Nevada Blue Jays. Keontae holds a perfect 4.0 GPA and is headed to HVAC school after graduation. Moving to 2A, we have Caitlin Ledbetter representing the Acorn High School Tigers. A 4.0 student who loves the outdoors, Caitlin is set to pursue a career in nursing. For the 2A boys, it's Xavier Jones from the Fordyce Redbugs. Xavier carries a 3.9 GPA and is weighing his future between college football and the military. In Class 3A, meet Kenzie McCrotty of the Dover High School Pirates. She boasts a 4.2 GPA and plans to study speech pathology while staying active in her church and traveling. Representing the Newport High School Greyhounds is Jesson Russell. Jesson also holds a 4.2 GPA and aims to earn a business degree to transition into the real estate field. Halfway through the classifications, we find Sadie Meyer with the Highland Rebels, a 4.0 student athlete. Sadie has already signed to play at UT Martin. From Shiloh Christian, we have Duke Bowman representing the Saints. Duke has a 4.0 GPA and is committed to Simpson College to study finance and continue his basketball career. Representing 5A is Bailey Barton of the Beebe High School Badgers. With a 4.05 GPA, Bailey is committed to Ouachita Baptist University for nursing and serves as a director for local Pee Wee basketball programs. For the 5A boys, it's Mason Stallings from the Greenbrier High School Panthers, an avid hunter with a 4.04 GPA. Mason is headed to the University of Arkansas to study civil engineering. Rounding out the girls is Kylie Johnson of the Conway Lady Wampus Cats. A 4.0 sophomore, Kylie already has several college offers on the table, including the University of Arkansas. And finally, for the 6A boys, we have Sammy Hinsey from the Harbor Wildcats. Sammy holds a 4.1 GPA and is looking forward to playing college basketball at the next level. Congratulations and keep up the good work. All right, Steve, it is about that time.
Yes, it is, Christina. Let's get you back out to Bank OZK Arena for the second half.
Here on the home of the high school basketball state finals, Arkansas TV.
Welcome back to Bank OZK Arena. JB Brazil alongside Bobby Swafford and the rest of our wonderful Arkansas TV sports crew. 33 all between Clarendon and Earle for the 1A title. Clarendon going for their first ever in school history. Earle trying to make it a dozen. Two rich programs, frankly. Clarendon's just never brought home the hardware.
They closed that first half with a flurry as well to get right back into this contest. Had a lead at one point, but Earle scored right before the buzzer. And we're all locked up at 33, but you look at the stat sheet lately, 13 points, 8 rebounds in that first half. Titus Lee for Clarendon, 9 points, 6 rebounds, a couple assists as well. They're getting it done on both ends.
That they are. Earle back in that zone. They try to thread the needle. It's going to be last touched by Earle, so it'll stay with Clarendon on their end. 16 on the shot clock.
You see the length that Earle has, and that's why you go to a zone like a 1-3-1. You get in the passing lanes and you try to force everything, you know, on the wings, but right in the middle and that diagonal is what you're trying to beat.
Step back three, and it's money. Cortez Gould, a big-time triple.
That was a teardrop. High arching shot, nothing but the bottom.
Boy, Gould's fired up, and off we go in the second half of action. 36-33, Clarendon's largest lead of the game. They go high-low back up top lately, baseline drive. Shot wouldn't go. Last touch by Clarendon, so Bulldogs will have it on their end with a fresh shot clock.
You know, Earle's had a lot of success, especially in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the contest, of getting in the lane, but the shot percentage hasn't been there. They've struggled. Now they're 14 of 40 from the floor.
That was a wide open look for Lately. Clarendon trying to go end to end, a little bit chaotic, turns it over. 2-on-1. Hurst up and under, finesse, no good, but it's last touched by Lately. And Earle, man, they had a great opportunity, just couldn't capitalize.
It's another point blank opportunity. Sure, the defense was there, and Hurst tries the up and under, but 14 from 41 from the floor, that's not going to get the job done.
For Clarendon, they've done a good job not staying in foul trouble. Lee and Hampton each have 1 foul apiece. For Earle, they've got Hurst, who's got 2, trying to save it inbounds, but not going to be able to. Earle trying to force another turnover. They're down by 3, and it has been a frenetic pace.
You know, Clarendon is getting pushed farther and farther out. Earle stretching that zone closer to the half-court line, and now they may even apply it more of a 3-quarter pressure. They're going to have to find a way to get some easier passes because they're struggling in the first minute and change here in the third.
Clarendon had 7 turnovers, make it 8. Earle 3-on-2, lately to Hurst, and he lays it up and in.
Really good unselfish play, the give and go, gets it back to Hurst and able to finish at the rim.
Lately with that great dish, you're right. Hurst, he can get up. Dangerous pass on the cross court. Little shovel pass, trap in the corner, gotta be careful. He stepped out of bounds. That's the 9th turnover of the game, back-to-back sequence.
Yeah, that's exactly where you cannot go against this 1-3-1 trapping zone. You get stuck on the far sideline or in the corner. That length of Earle is going to become a problem, and they force another turnover.
Coach Hudson, you see on your screen, boy, he's had a great career for Clarendon. He's been there a while also for the Lions. He was a head coach at Holly Grove. He's in his 22nd year overall, though, in the Clarendon School District. And he made it 2014, the loss to Cedar Ridge, and then 2019, a double overtime loss to England. And that semis, he wanted us to honor Malik Cartwright, who tore his ACL, didn't get to play in that game. He had to watch his team lose in double overtime. How about that drive for Earle? And they retake the lead on the bucket from Aiden Davis. Malik Cartwright played at Delta State all 4 years, now playing overseas in Greece. Dangerous pass, 10th turnover. Aiden Davis for Earle. A little out of control. Nice find to Lately. Can't get the shot to go, but free throws upcoming.
Again, defense leading to a fast break opportunity, and Earle can't finish in the lane, but going back to the foul line. And this really feels like the start of the first quarter, JB. Coming out of a cold start, Clarendon really struggling with pressure.
Earle the lead at 1. First free throw from Lately's no good. He's got 13 points. The best he can do is push it out to a 2-point lead.
Both these teams shooting 38% from the floor.
Second free throw is good, 38-36. Earle up by a bucket. 5:33 to play in the third quarter. Nice find, left wing, Gould for 3, no good. Battle for the rebound, it's still loose. Hurst is out of there with it, nearly throws that away.
Even though the shot didn't go down, that was by far the best look of the half for Clarendon. Found a way to beat that zone. Quick passes against the zone. Make that defense move. Get into the inside, get to the high post, quick pass to the wing. It was a wide open shot, just didn't fall.
For Earle, up by 2. They've got a few that they wanted to honor. Archery Allen, Riley Davis, Jermaine Johnson, Nick Mathis, previous players for Coach Carl Miller over the years that have helped build the program for Earle, and what they've done is win, and win some more.
So one of the premier small school programs, not teams, programs that we've seen the last 10, 15, 20 years. A mainstay in the basketball state tournament, really good football program as well through the years. It's a testament to that community for constantly putting out big-time players.
Teron Hurst at the free throw line. He's been a leader since 9th grade, been a starter since then. His dad was a part of the 2000 championship team for Earle. 3-point game. Clarendon beats the pressure. Hampton thought about the 3. Now he picks up his dribble. Up top. Boy, you see how quick Earle crashes. Through the lane. Dangerous pass. Taken away. Davis. Lead court. To the lane. Right hand no from Dante Bell. Loose basketball to Clarendon.
Yeah, the one thing you can't do, JB, is try to beat his own dribbling a basketball. Too many hands, too many diving bodies in the lane to cause problems.
They've left that corner open for Gould. Hand in his face. 3-ball no good. Ball's off of Hurst. Shot up no from Rod Stewart. But that's a great rebound and a great take to draw a foul.
Yeah, great use of the ball fake there after the offensive rebound. Got the defender up in the air. Chance to earn these two at the stripe.
Roderick Stewart. Coach says he might be the best athlete on the team. Highest jumper. He guards the other team's post player. He's likely their defensive MVP every game. And we've seen that. He's been guarding Hurst a handful of times, been guarding the paint. He's done a really nice job defensively today. For Clarendon, free throw shooting has been a boogaboo. 5 of 9 now for the charity stripe. I used your word there, Bobby. Bugaboo.
I said that one time, and my nephew's never let it down.
Second free throw for Clarendon is good. They trail by 2 now as Earle with the basketball, and Teron Hurst. Boy, what a game he's had. 13 points. He and Lately both have been big time for Earle. Dangerous pass. It's going to be last touched by Titus Lee. It was close, but it'll be Earle basketball on the sideline.
Now we got 12 minutes and change left in this contest. Valuing possessions is going to be critical. We've seen this team, they're just going to go back and forth. Lazy passes aren't going to get a good job done against these two defenses.
Earle's done a nice job. Only turned the ball over 3 times today, and now make it 4. He traveled. Oh, they may have a conversation. Lately thinks he got hacked on the arm. We'll see what the verdict is.
You call one of 3 things here: a tie-up, a foul, or maybe even a travel.
My thought was travel initially. We'll see what the call is. We got a foul first.
I think the hold, as the call was made, is what caused the travel.
So it's going to be Clarendon's second team foul. Make it 3rd team foul against Clarendon. Bulldogs with the basketball, trying to go and extend into a 2-possession game. Hurst with the ball fake in the air, couldn't get the shot to go, and the Lions the board.
Great job by Hampton staying with that defensive rebound. Finally tips it to a teammate.
Uh-oh, Knox lost it. Derek Lately with a big lay-in. It's a 4-point lead for Earle.
Again, defense causing problems. That length and putting Lately up top of the zone is borderline nasty.
Boy, that just doesn't seem fair, does it? In the corner, Lately steals it, saves it inbounds as he feeds it to Dante Bell. How about the game that Derek Lately is having? He's unconscious right now.
I didn't think that you could see a stat sheet of averaging 17 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. He could do more, but he is.
I got to check my eyes. Is that Derek Lively out there? Derek Lately. My goodness. Spin move. Dante Bell couldn't get the shot to go, but there's a reason for that. He was fouled. That's a great take by Dante Bell. 41-37. Bulldogs up 4. They're trying to make it more than that. Free throws coming for Dante Bell when we return. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
team sports in Arkansas really is the building of character. It's being able to get through trials and tribulations as a team. You take those lessons from team sports and use them in everyday life situations. I'm RJ Hawk. Please consider giving to Arkansas PBS Sports.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. Providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
At Arkansas TV Sports, we like to celebrate the success in the classroom as well as on the floor. And tonight's student all-star for the 1A boys is Keontae Wingfield from Nevada. Senior point guard, a 4.0 GPA, and plans to go to HVAC school after graduating high school. So shout out to Keontae Wingfield from Nevada.
Yeah, no doubt. For one, the classroom, you're right. I mean, that's impressive numbers, GPA, but he's picking a great career path too. Got some good money in the HVAC department.
No question about it.
Dante Bell back at the free throw line after the timeout. 41-37, a chance to make it a 6-point game if he can knock them both down. First one's up and good. The junior, Dante Bell, with his first point to the ball game, trying to make it a 6-point game. Got them both. Clutch free throws in the second half. Dante Bell knocks them both down. Clarendon trying to beat the pressure of Earle. You imagine that was certainly a part of the conversation in the timeout for Coach Kendrick Hudson. They'll lob it in the corner. Hampton, quick three! Buries it!
I like the decisiveness there. Catch and shoot from Hampton, and strokes one from the corner.
That's 5 points from my man Brennan Hampton. That was a quick shot from the corner. Back to a one-possession game. Lately, drives, kick out, Hurst, he wants one, he got it!
Just way too much space to allow Hurst. He haven't had time to gather himself, set the feet, and he strokes one from the right wing.
6-point lead for Earle, 46-40. Clarendon trying to find a way against this zone. It's been tough sledding. Right wing, deep three from Titus Lee. Might have been too deep. What a play by Fluker to keep the ball alive. Now they feed it down low to Lee. Ball fake, spinning, shot up, no, but he's going to the charity stripe. Another tough take.
Again, a second chance opportunity. They hadn't been able to get the 3-point game going in the second half. They caught fire in the first half, but going back to the foul line to chip into this 6-point lead.
Lee's got 9 points for the Lions. First one to double digits as he knocks down the first of two. Azure Doyle back out on the floor for Earle, as is Jordan Williams and Jaden Little. 3 for Earle, gets him some fresh legs. Lee's been good from the free throw line today, 3 of 4. Make it 4 of 5. 4-point game now as the Bulldogs with the 4-point lead. And then checking in now is Clifton Wren, the senior for Earle. And Dante Bell will take a breather, as will Derek Lately. Well, what can be said about both of these coaches? They've done a great job as coaches, but leading these young men off the floor as well. It's been so impressive. It's more about the game of basketball for both of these coaches. Great young men that they help lead. Certainly love to see that. How about the find right there? That one's blocked, swatted away. Clarendon, big time defense. Now they're trying to go end to end. Fluker tips it to himself, launches, 3, he got it!
That's a great outlet pass, one from Clarendon, but Fluker didn't look it in, had to tip it to himself, as you just mentioned, and then able to knock down a 3, and all of a sudden it's another 1-point game.
That's the 7th three-pointer for Clarendon. That is really what's kept them around, but that foul out high, if that's the 15th foul, that might be free throws for Earle. So it will be the 15th foul.
So a reminder, if you haven't watched high school basketball in a few years, there's no more 1-and-1. The fouls reset each quarter. So after 5 team fouls, they go straight to 2 shots. Women's college basketball went to a handful of years ago. Maybe the men will figure it out. That's a lot better basketball.
I think you're right, my friend.
Makes the end of a game so much more entertaining to watch and so much cleaner.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if college basketball can figure out their review problem, they could solve the sport.
There's a lot of things to fix, right? Bobby's got, you got all the answers, my friend.
I do. Close the transfer portal.
Second free throw from Hurst is no good, so it's a 2-point game. We got a jump ball. It's going to stay with Earle. A minute 31 to play in the third quarter. And Bobby, this has been exactly what we expected. A nail biter. It's been a dogfight.
I've been really impressed the way with Clarendon has handled the runs because they've been able to answer with runs of their own.
Free ball. Little got it to go.
That is a big answer. Talking about answering runs, Clarendon had the momentum, and then Little gets one to go.
Now the jumper in the lane won't go from Derek Knox. Offensive rebound, and he's hacked going up. How about the performance down low in the paint from Rod Stewart, the junior? He has been battling in the paint. Gets the big rebound. And he'll be at the charity stripe for a couple. Only got 4 points today, does Roderick Stewart. These are some big free throws. First one's up and good.
Feel like this is a really big final 75 seconds of this first half for Clarendon. If they can go to the fourth quarter down just a couple points or a possession or two, it's going to do wonders for their confidence. Because you're facing a team that's won their 3 state tournament games in Earle by an average of 26 points. They haven't been tested since the regional rounds.
Second free throw wouldn't go. Earle's dominance has certainly been impressive. Here's the nice feed, end-to-end, left-hand, it's off the rim, but Derek Lately pulls down the rebound. Gets another one, kicks it out top. Nearly lost the basketball, floats it up, in and out, no from Jordan Williams. Clarendon finally pulls down the board.
Another handful of point-blank opportunities missed.
If Earle's doesn't come away with the win, you're going to look back at that. That step-back 3 nearly cut the deficit to 1 for Clarendon. Earle going to be kicking themselves if that's what it comes down to down the stretch.
Way too many missed shots down low, but they still find themselves out in front.
Teron Hurst guarded by Kimani Fluker. This is one of the best duos. 1 versus 1 in this matchup has been fun to watch. They left Lately out high. Now he drives, kicks it. Williams, ball fake. Trying to weave his way through traffic, but he shuffled. He travels with the basketball. That's just the 4th turnover of the game for Earle. They've done a really good job of protecting the basketball.
They have done a really nice job. I'm glad you brought that up because they forced so many turnovers, taking care of it themselves. Just haven't been able to finish. 35% from the floor. More times than not, you see an average like that, you're going to be on the wrong end of the scoreboard.
Earle has shot 12 more shots than Clarendon, as the Lions have turned it over 13 times. But as you mentioned, Clarendon's threes have what held them around, and Earle's missed a lot of point blank. Uh-oh, nearly lost the basketball. It's scooped up with 4 seconds in the quarter. Fluker at the buzzer, too strong, and that's how the third quarter of action will end. 3 quarters of basketball are in the books. Only 1 more left to crown a champ. It's 50-46 Earle. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
See your state government in action. The Arkansas Citizens Access Network provides convenient, live streaming coverage of state board and commission meetings, as well as direct links to proceedings of the legislature and the Arkansas Supreme Court. Can't watch live? Archived events are available on demand on YouTube. Learn more at myarkansaspbs.org/arcan.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
left to crown a champ in the 1A Boys State Championship. Earle going for a dozen. And for Clarendon, looking for their first ever state title.
Big thank you to Capos Tacos, providing food for the crew this week. Capos Tacos is the proud supporter of Arkansas TV Sports. You can find them at 200 Higdon Ferry Road here in Hot Springs. They've been serving this community since 2019.
Well, I think everyone's going to want some tacos after this finish. Things are starting to heat up in Bank OZK Arena. Here we go. Clarendon with the basketball. 50-46. Got to mention how good a job our officials have done today. Andre Johnson, Charles Cole, and Nicholas Turner. Great job for our referees today. The jumper from Knox is no good. Earle the rebound. Tried to trap, but Hurst is able to get out of there with it. They'll bring it ahead. Now he kicks it and dribbles it back out high. Hurst against Hampton. Pull up. Jay in the lane. No good. Rebound. You got it. Earle goes up. Derek Lately, the bunny.
Yeah, Lately was pretty quiet in that third quarter, but he starts this fourth quarter with a big stick back and pushes that lead back to 6.
Earle went up 13-5 early. There's nearly a foul out high, and I think there will be. Lately trying to pick the pocket of Fluker, but he got too much of the body.
Only just a second team foul, so you can afford, second personal foul, so you can afford to be a little more aggressive at the top of this zone. When you haven't committed too many infractions up to this point, allows you to be more aggressive late in a game.
Knox with the basketball. Nearly lost it, tipped around. It'll be Hampton who's got it. He's fouled out high. That's the second team foul on Earle now quickly. The foul's going to be called against Little. That's just his first. But Earle does have 3 players with 3 fouls. Hurst, Wren, and Bell each with 3.
Something we're going to have to pay attention to as we play these final 7 minutes and maybe have to scale back that pressure just a touch as they've gone back to the man-to-man.
Nice job cradling it high off the window. No! Big time board for Dante Bell, and he lost it. It's stolen by Clarendon, but Bell rejects it out of bounds.
Talk about making up for a mistake. You turn it over underneath your own basket, but instead he elevates in a little return to sender.
How big is that, too, after you turn it over to stay composed to get that block? 52-46, Knox. That's a high pass underneath. Nice kick out. Right wing 3. No good on the try from Fluker. And then we'll have a foul as Dante Bell was trying to get rid of it.
Bell's just being harassed in the backcourt after he pulls down a couple of defensive rebounds.
You can tell the idea for Clarendon, whenever the post player Bell gets that board, to crash and try to get a steal. Well, Bobby, only 6:25 to go. What's the key for both teams to pull out a big win?
I mean, for Clarendon, they've been living and dying by that three-point line. They're going to have to knock down a couple big shots here in the final 6 minutes and change. For Earle, continue to apply that pressure defensively, but find a way to finish in the lane.
Yeah. They've missed some gimme shots underneath. Nice find to Bell. There it is. With a hand in his face. Nice take.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Use the window for safety. Go up strong with the basketball. Good things are going to happen.
54-46. Earle led 13-5 early. It's now back to an 8-point game, and Clarendon desperately needing a bucket. Fluker gets it out high. Titus Lee trying to go to work against Lately. Nice feed. Fluker on the cut and an easy deuce.
It's a great cut going towards the basket. Lost track of where Fluker was, and the senior finishes with a right hand.
Back to a 2-possession game. Teron Hurst with the basketball. Trying to go one-on-one with Fluker. He'll just get rid of it to Lately. They'll swing it around Davis. Entry pass. Bully ball from Bell. Too strong. Gets his own miss. Second try. Too strong again. Third, fourth try. Make it 5 chances. No. Finally the rebound. The foul on Lately after the board pulled down by Derek Knox.
That's just a frustration foul, JB. You get so many point-blank opportunities, and there's a lid on the basket. Nothing will seem to go down, and you make the foul in the backcourt. A double dip of no-nos.
That's the 3rd team foul. That's what you're more worried about if you're Earle. You don't want to send Clarendon to the free throw line at any point. 3-ball from Fluker with a hand in his face. How about the board from Hampton? He floats it up. No! Rebound. Hampton again. Kicks it out to the top. Lee, 3, hand in his face. Count it! A 4-point chance for Titus Lee. You gotta be kidding me.
That's why offensive rebounds are a opposing coaches' worst nightmare. You get a second chance look at it. Lee hits the 3. Maybe a little bit of an acting job there at the end to draw the foul, but either way, gets the call. A chance for the old 4-point play.
Wow. Titus Lee have a ball game. He's got 14, trying to make it 15. 4-point play. 2-point game inside Banco ZK Arena. No lead is safe, Bobby.
The 3-point line has been good to Clarendon today.
Lately trying to respond. His shot, no. Bell, second, no. Third try. Throws it up, no, but a foul underneath. It's been the old board. It was Clifton Wren. A big-time rebound for the senior.
And offensive rebounds are great unless you can't put it back in the baskets. And Earle's really struggling to find a way to put it back in, and Clarendon's going to take a timeout. And you got to believe Kendrick Hudson's going to tell his squad one thing: rebounds.
4:34. You're exactly right, Bobby. Rebound, rebound, rebound. How about the job from Hampton, though? 2 big-time rebounds that led to that 4-point play. You've got to have guys that lay it all on the line in games like this, and you're seeing it really from Earle and Clarendon both.
Yeah, you're talking about winning moments now. Championship winning moments for the last 4:34 of this contest. Who's going to make the play? Who's going to get on a loose ball? Who's going to get you an extra possession with an offensive rebound? Those are the type of moments that you're going to remember for the rest of your life if you get it done in the closing moments here of this 1A championship.
Well, what you've seen for Clarendon is Batman and Robin, if you will. Fluker, Batman, Lee's the Robin to Fluker, but right now Lee has looked a lot like Batman himself. He's got 15 leads the way for Clarendon, and then for Earle, they've got a little Batman and Robin duo themselves. It's been Derek lately. He leads all scores with 18, and then Teron Hurst, he's got 17 for Earle.
We knew those 4 were going to be the dudes, right?
Yep.
The question is, who's Alfred? Who's going to come through in the clutch and give you that key moments when you think everything's bleak and all of a sudden that helping hand comes out?
Boy, I love that, Bobby. That's a great. Look at the rebound totals, 39-38. Clarendon's really battled back on the boards. Here we go. Final 4 minutes and 32 seconds with a state title for Clarendon hanging in the balance.
What's wild about those numbers, JB, you see it's so even. 37 combined offensive rebounds between these two teams.
That is crazy. Hurst baseline, no! Clarendon got a chance to tie or take the lead on the trip. Lee behind the back, he lost it. Hurst nearly threw it away. They'll maintain possession, but man, Lee might have been out of control. Teron Hurst through the lane. Left hand, no. Great defense from Titus Lee.
Hurst gets into the lane but can't find a way to finish. Just enough ball pressure to force the off-balance shot.
Fluker floats it up. Shot to tie, won't go. Earle the board. Boy, you bite your nails too, Bobby? My goodness, what a game. And we're going to have a timeout before that shot was taken for Earle. 54-52. 2-point lead for the Bulldogs, but Clarendon, they're hanging on for dear life. The finish of the 1A Boys State Championship coming up.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
This is one of those contests you're going to want to watch over and over, and mainly because JB's on the call, and you can do it again next week. Just follow us on YouTube at youtube.com/Arkansas TV and watch all of these championship games again on demand.
You're too kind, Bobby. I'm Robin, you're Batman. That's what this really is. We have had a thriller, the 1A Boys State Championship. It's only getting better, right? This is just the first of 2 in the boys division. Nice feed to Dante Bell, trying to go up by 4. Big-time take for Dante Bell.
Yeah, great use of the ball fake again to get the defender in the air and a finish and push this back to a 2-possession lead.
Earle still in that man-to-man. Knox trying to take his defender. Elbow jumper, too strong. Rebound high. Who's got it? It's Earle that pulls it down. Here comes Teron Hurst for the Bulldogs. Gets a screen out high, picks up his dribble. Got a man in the corner. Thought about the 3 now. Nice drive inside to Bell. Up and under. Lost the handle. Gets his own miss. Second try. Another board. That one no. 4th board. Count it for Derek Lately.
Finally, one goes down, and all it took was a little absorption of a foul, and Lately with a finish and a chance for a 3-point play.
How about the game that Derek Lately is having? My goodness, give him a 20-piece, a chance to make it 3 touchdowns with this free throw.
Already a double-double for Lately. He's been getting it done on the offensive end, the defensive end as well. A stat stuffer, and maybe if this lead holds, a championship MVP trophy going home with it.
I think he'd like that, but I think more than anything, he wants to bring home the hardware and claim a 12th state title for Earle. He's certainly doing his part for the Bulldogs. Clarendon with 2.5 to go. They're really needing some points. Running out of possessions. Lee trying to go to work against Hurst. Up and under. Can't get the friendly roll. Offensive rebound. Shot no good, but a foul. Kylan James, the sophomore, will head to the free throw line.
We haven't seen much of James today, but he gets in the lane. The runner doesn't go, but there for another offensive rebound, which these 2 teams are just continuing to rack those up. Chance to earn 2 at the foul line, but what a pressure moment for the sophomore.
We've almost had as many rebounds as points today. In terms, 84 total rebounds between the 2 teams. My goodness. Ooh.
The shots have not been falling, to say the least, for these 2 sides, and it's not going to matter in the end.
James can't connect on either free throw, and Earle with a 7-point lead. Hurst off the window, no, and the rebound to James. Clarendon's going to have to score on this trip, you got to imagine. Fluker trying to go end-to-end, lost it, gets it back, and he puts it up and in.
It's a great job by Fluker to not lose his awareness. Ball's deflected, keeps his eyes on the prize, maintains the basketball and finishes.
How many times have we seen Fluker lose the handle, get it back, keep his composure, and still get the shot to go?
It's got to be frustrating as a player to see just that defense that's that active all the time, getting their hands on the basketball as Earle is, and that good at it without fouling, but able to, again, stay concentrated long enough to finish. And a quick timeout from his coach as the lead's been cut to 5.
Bobby, you've been doing this a long time in these state championships games. 2 minutes to go. What's it going to take for both of these teams? Both coaches are certainly talking about it. What is usually the team that comes in on top pull up in these type of moments?
It's just the simple things, JB. It's the simple pass. It's not trying to do too much. It's not trying to beat a double team by yourself. It's not forcing a shot with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Make the smart decisions. Make the plays that you've been doing all season long. You've been talking about secret superheroes. You don't have to be the hero. Make the simple play, because that's going to lead to a better opportunity.
I like that. I like that analogy, but I like that talk too. You're exactly right. For Earle, they're up by 2 possessions. For them, you want to have a good possession. Maybe wind some clock down and get a bucket. If you're Clarendon, defense, it's got to be a must right now.
It's got to be one and done on the other end for Clarendon. The offensive rebounds, even though they've got a bunch of themselves, it's gotten out of control. That's why Earle has really kind of put themselves in control of this contest, because second chance opportunities is through the roof.
3 team fouls for Clarendon, so they still have 1 to give. Earle has 5 team fouls. Lately and Bell both with 4 fouls. They're the only 2 in foul trouble for Earle. Pressure applied, Clarendon. Earle beats it. Nice feed off the window. Got it for Kyron Stewart. Pardon me. Put to the rim with a bucket.
That's a big time finish there. The one, beat the pressure. Don't let Clarendon's defense set up. And all of a sudden the defense on the other end forces a turnover at the worst moment for the Lions.
Titus Lee, he felt it. He knew it too. That's a tough break for Clarendon. 7-point lead for Earle with 1:41 to go. Bulldogs content with milking some clock lately. Gets it off to Teron Hurst. Guarded by Hampton.
Work some clock here too if you're Earle. If you get a wide open shot, take it. But that clock's your best friend.
In the corner, 3-ball from Wren, no good. Offensive rebound for Jones. Excuse me, Davis. Now they go underneath. Shot won't go. Second try, short. Clarendon's going to have to do something here. They're running out of time. Lost the handle, tries to kick it out. Hampton saves it, floats it up. No! Loose basketball. Bell saves it for Earle.
For Clarendon, you've got a foul.
Aiden Davis to the rack, and he's fouled.
Had a foul to give to Clarendon. They're, like you said, they're running out of time, but Earle beats the defense down the floor. And so instead of having possession, they're going to the foul line for a pair.
Aiden Davis, the best he can do is push it to a 9-point lead. But for the Bulldogs, they're sitting very comfortably right now. Davis already got 4 points, make it 5, knocks down the first. Earle trying to go for their biggest lead of the night. Can't get it to go. We'll have a jump ball. It'll stay with Earle.
Again, that simple play of boxing out on a missed free throw. You got to make the simple plays, and Earle forces the tie possession, and they keep it.
62-54. You're going to have to foul if you're Clarendon. They will. That's team foul number 5. Hurst will head to the free throw line, and Earle's got a chance to make it a double-digit lead.
Free throws are going to be critical, but also Clarendon's going to have to start hitting shots, picking up the pace. They've really struggled with the pressure of this zone when Earle decides to put it on.
The first meeting of the year between Clarendon and Earle, and the Bulldogs with a 63-54 lead now, 42.5 to go. And if you're the Lions, you might need a miracle.
You're going to need some threes, and you're going to have Earle miss some free throws. I mean, that's really what's going to boil down to.
Hurst goes 2 for 2 on that trip. Largest lead of the game. It's double digits. Lee trying to bring it ahead behind the back. Got to score quick. 3-ball fading away. Hand on his face. In and out. No, but he's fouled. 3 free throws potentially upcoming for Titus Lee, and that's a start.
A tough closeout there by Clifton Wren. Averaged nearly a double-double, but really doesn't give Titus Lee room to land. And I believe that's where the official calls the foul. Kind of crowded his legs and no place to land for Lee, so he gets 3 free ones.
He was that close to another 4-point play.
That's right.
First free throw is good for Titus Lee.
And this is the one thing that you cannot allow if you're Earle. Yeah. It's points with the clock not moving.
No doubt. No doubt about it. That is Earle's best friend right now, is the time, because there's only 35 seconds left. Clarendon's going to need some stops. They're going to have some help. They're going to need some missed free throws. They're going to have to knock down some threes. That second free throw is no good. He'll have one more. Hurst was ready to get that rebound.
They're locked in.
Third free throw from Lee. Got it to go. 2 for 3, 8-point game. Coach Hudson wants to talk things over for Clarendon. And Bobby, you've already talked about it. Lions, you're going to have to steal quick, right? And if you can't, you got to foul just as quick.
I mean, you're looking at 35 seconds. You might have enough time to say you trap the inbound recipients, and then you foul after the pass. But more than likely, if the ball's in for Clarendon, or excuse me, for Earle on the floor, you got to give up a foul, send him to the foul line. But I think you want to avoid fouling Teron Hurst, though. I mean, he's almost automatic from the stripe.
He has been tough. It's been Hurst and lately for Earle. Combined 40 points for the Bulldogs. It's a 33 combined for Fluker and Titus Lee for Clarendon, but right now it's looking like it might not be enough.
And they're definitely going to need everything to go their way. Force a turnover, miss free throws, and at some point they're going to have to knock down a big shot.
Well, you talked about it. You're going to have that shot in games like this. Someone's going to have to make the big shot. For Clarendon, they might need 2 or 3 big shots if they're going to climb back and pick up their first ever state championship.
8 of 21 from the three-point line is Clarendon. They're only 10 of 34 from inside the arc.
An area for Clarendon, they're going to look back 11 of 18 at the free throw line. That's 7 points they've left on the floor. Not quite the difference in the game, but boy, it certainly helped to have 4 or 5 more. Earle has shot 18 more shots than Clarendon today. They'll inbound, looking to trap. They're going to foul quickly. That's going to be a foul on Derek Knox. So Derek Lately will head to the free throw line.
5 of 7 from the stripe this afternoon is Lately, but none bigger than the 2 that are upcoming.
The only good news for Clarendon is you fouled quick. Just a little bit over a second came off the clock. That's what you had to have.
Yep. Maximize the number of possessions you get in these closing seconds.
For Earle, you knock down a couple of free throws and a handful more, and you're claiming your 12th state title. First one's good for Lately.
You feel like after this next one, if they can hit 3 total, you feel like the game may be out of reach.
And this would make it a 4-possession ball game, this free throw right here. Lately's got it. Good. Both of them for Lately. He's got 23 on the night. Clarendon's going to have to go. Driving through the lane. Knox easy 2, but you can't trade 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's something that Earle will give up gladly as a layup, because they'll go 2 for 2 with you all day.
Foul by Derek Knox. So Teron Hurst will now head to the charity stripe. 20.6 to go. I mean, there's still life for Clarendon, but my goodness, they're on life support, Bobby.
Yeah, they're going to need some help on this possession. Needed Hurst to miss a couple free throws, and then probably knock down some threes, start burning some timeouts. We've only got 1 left as Clarendon. And the Earle faithful are getting ready to start that celebration for the 2nd time today.
How about that, right? Earle faithful got a lot to cheer about.
They have the dreaded 67 points right now.
That's why you saw the 6-7. 9-point game. Hurst, second one good. 10-point game. Coach Carl Miller with a fist pump. He likes it. He wants him to play off. Fluker going to have a 3. Left wing. Hoist can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Put back. No. Tipped around. They can't get it to go again. It'll be out of bounds off of Clarendon with 8.3 to go. It's all but procedural for Earle. Starting the cheering. The Bulldogs can feel it.
Clarendon looks like they may call off the Dogs, and the Bulldogs from Earle are your 1A state champs.
Big time throwdown for Teron Hurst. The emphasis zeros on the clock, and the tradition continues for Earle. The Bulldogs are state champs for the 12th time.
What a finish for Hurst, with an exclamation point on an impressive career and a highlight reel for emphasis.
Teron Hurst with a slam dunk contest throwdown. It's the Bulldogs that win the 1A Girls State Championship, and the boys follow it up with a dozen now in the trophy case. Heading east, 70-58, the final postgame from Bank OZ coming up. You've been watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
That's one fly for the right wing. Got it.
There's a dunk inside. Is the icing on the cake for Ladarius?
Here's a big play by Roberts. He'll go down the left side. 1 man to beat. He'll walk in the end zone for a touchdown. Right ahead. Here's a running lane at the 5. He'll walk in, touchdown.
There we go, Johnny Diaz.
5A baseball championship. Hard hit once again down the left field line. Will double and score 4-0 Valleyfield.
The wall is gone. 3-run homer.
You have to. This is the time to dig in and get the job done.
Kenzie Freeman with the big swing from the right side. She puts down another kill. And all that hard work finally paid off. She tries to go cross court. Nobody home right in the middle.
Don't go anywhere, because we've got a lot in store for you.
Here's the Arkansas PBS Student All-Stars class of 2024.
Unified team is Special Olympic partners and peer partners. Friends, it's just incredible to watch how they have been impacted by this experience.
Hugo Bezdek's biggest contribution was the adoption of the Razorbacks and a whole sense of pride for this state and for this university.
What a game it was.
It's an exclamation point for an all-time Arkansas team.
Hello from the Arkansas TV studios. I'm Brian Frazier.
And I'm Casey Sanders. We're here to let you know what's happening this spring.
Springtime means sports, and as always, Arkansas TV will bring you all the action of the high school basketball, baseball, and softball state championships. Check out arkansastv.gov/sports to watch live and catch up on any games you miss on our YouTube channel.
Arkansas TV is partnering with the Arkansas State Library to host a series of free hands-on transcribe-a-thons to transcribe original revolutionary documents. It's a powerful way to preserve history and take part in a national effort leading up to the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. No experience is needed, and as a volunteer, you'll receive step-by-step support. Visit arkansastv.gov/events to find an event near you.
Did you know our station is also celebrating an anniversary? After 60 years on the air, we continue to be focused on creating local programs for all Arkansans by Arkansans, and we're previewing 2 new ones this spring. Hosted by beloved Arkansas personality Craig O'Neill, Arkansas Taste Kitchen brings cooking at home to life with a local master chef and professor from the University of Arkansas Pulaski Technical College and a nutrition expert from the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences, showcasing that a healthy, affordable meal can be both flavorful and satisfying.
And then we have Taste Buds, a celebration of food in the natural state. Hosted by actor-comedian Brett Eiler, each episode will highlight Arkansans' favorite places to eat, all while catching up with restaurant owners and locals about what makes these dishes favorites in Arkansas.
But that's not all. We have a fan favorite returning, and for that, why don't we call up the star herself? Hello?
Brian, hello! We've got all new episodes of Blueberry's Clubhouse coming, and this spring, you can get a sneak peek right here on Arkansas TV. And if you missed the premiere, you can watch it on YouTube later. Oh, it's going to be so exciting. There's going to be a meteor shower and new friends from outer space, and
Hold on, Blueberry, don't spoil it.
Oh, right. Of course.
Thanks, Blueberry.
We are back at Banco ZK Arena, the trophy presentation for Earle. The second time today the Bulldogs have hoisted the hardware as they are the 1A state champs yet again. And we are here with head coach Carl Miller, the winning coach. Carl Miller.
Yes, sir.
You talked about leaving a legacy, coach.
Yeah.
I think you're doing that right now with Earle.
I believe so. Y'all invited me back. Remember last year, didn't you? So I'm grateful. I thank God for all this. I love my community. I love and my family pushing behind me. Those guys worked extra hard. We had to come through a lot with me on and off the court, like I was telling y'all earlier. I'm just so proud of them, and I'm glad for my big 3. I know people get tired of me saying it, but Don, Clifton, and Derek, they have carried, and they made me look like a good coach from 7th grade up to now, and bring me 2 back-to-back titles. I am so grateful for it, and I'm grateful for the administration for believing in me and the board. And I also want to send a shout out to our other board member, Pastor Cox. He makes sure that we keep things going. And my partner right there, the athletic director, Coach Coleman, and my other boss over there. I appreciate all what they do for us and making sure everything is safe.
Things just were not going down in the basket today for you, but second and chance and third chance opportunities, more than 20 offensive rebounds for you, just relentless on the glass.
Well, we got to box down and rebound. We ain't that big. So I told them we got to play. But you got to play defense, though. I ain't going to never waver from that. You got to play defense. You got to. But we fought. That's what we do. Bulldog fight. We're going to fight till the end, till the clock says 0.
Coach, you've been here a lot. 12th state title for you guys. What's the celebration going to look like for you and your guys?
I don't know. The town said they're going to do something big because the girls and boys, I'm looking forward to this. And it ain't going to cost me that.
That's the best part. Coach, congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. I'm grateful for y'all for being here for us, man. I'm so thankful for you. I really am. I really am.
Thanks so much, Coach. That was head coach Carl Miller, our head coach for the Earle Bulldogs. What a performance for his Bulldogs. Teron Hurst named the MVP. And here's a look. Earle Champions gear. Visit www.arkansashighschoolsports.com to get your championship gear back to back for the Bulldogs. What a season for Earle that they put together. Both boys and girls taking home the hardware. And for Earle, the boys, it's Teron Hurst, our MVP. First off, Teron, heck of a game, my friend.
Thank you.
You've laid it all out there in the game that matters most. What was kind of going through your mind near the end of the game? Needed to make big buckets. You did certainly that.
Just keep playing. We're going to keep playing to the finish. So, yeah, we just stayed down till we came up.
And everybody always likes to talk about offense, but it really was your 1-3-1 zone defense that forced a lot of turnovers, gave you some easy looks, and it seemed like that's what gave you guys control in the second half. What'd you see?
Yes, sir. Like we put a lot of work into our defense. So like we play off the stops, off the defense. So yeah, defense give us the easy layups.
Coach talks about the legacy that he's building and the tradition for you guys. What's that like, the tradition at Earle Bulldogs to play and wear the jersey for your team?
It's to win. It's a great tradition.
Awesome. 12 state championships for the Earle Bulldogs. Go enjoy it. We'll celebrate with the teammates.
Yes, sir.
Thanks so much. Teron Hurst, our MVP of the 1A Boys State Championship. It's Earle, a dozen state titles for the Bulldogs. That's a sweep of the podium. Girls take home the hardware in the first game today, and in game number 2, it's the Earle Bulldogs once again in the first half of session 1.
A double dip for Earle. That's the only school that has both the boys and girls teams in the state championship game. If you like black and yellow, though, tonight's Hot Springs is your place to be. It's the 2A girls state championship. The Sloan Hendricks Greyhounds taking on the Quitman Bulldogs. 6 o'clock tip. Do not miss it. We got it right here for you on Arkansas TV Sports.
It's going to be a barn burner. And then to follow will be the 2A boys, Barton versus Mount Vernon Anola. They've faced each other a couple times already this year. The 2A boys and girls state championships to close out day 1, but in game number 2 of the day, it's the Earle Bulldogs knocking off Clarendon for their 12th state title in school history. They're packing the hardware, the trophy case, as they head back home with the hardware. That's going to do it for our broadcast here, though, in the 1A Boys State Championship. For my partner, Bobby Swafford, and the rest of our wonderful crew at Arkansas TV Sports, I'm JB Brazil, saying so long. We'll see you next time.